Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker and its teaser trailer made its debut just a couple of days ago over at Star Wars Celebration Chicago, leaving a lot of fans asking numerous questions about the official title of Star Wars Episode 9. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about this movie that a lot of people are just really puzzled over is, of course, the meaning of the Episode 9 title and why it is called The Rise of Skywalker. Who is the Skywalker in Star Wars Episode 9 that is going to be quite prominent, and does it mean something else entirely different than we are already expecting? So one thing that's really interesting about J.J. Abrams is that he has been answering a ton of questions, dozens and dozens of questions over at Celebration, after Celebration, and even still to this very day. He is answering a lot of questions related to the teaser, the title, and of course other things related to the story. And when asked about, of course, Rey as a Skywalker in Star Wars Episode 9, this is where things begin to get a little bit interesting, where JJ is quite cryptic about his answer that he gives in numerous different interviews. Now, what's really intriguing is that when asked about if Ben Solo and Leia are the true last Skywalkers, and if Rey is a Skywalker from the name of the title, J.J. Abrams simply laughed and said, "Keep going. Is he the last Skywalker? I don't know. Are you going to have to find out and wait to see the movie?" Additionally, and separately from all of this, thanks to ET Entertainment Tonight, they got a chance to talk with Abrams, asking, "Then you drop the title, The Rise of Skywalker," which just set my mind very bonkers, and thinking, who is the Skywalker? Is Rey a Skywalker? What is going on? JJ simply states, "Well, I know the title is provocative and asks a bunch of questions, but I think that once you see the movie, you will see how it's intended and what it means in the flow of titles." ET states, "People think you are going to undo the Rey parentage moment from The Last Jedi." JJ states, "Well, I live for people to see the movie," laughs, "and see what happens." Additionally, and separate from this, when asked, Ben Solo and Leia are the only Skywalkers alive, right? Where he laughs and simply says, "Are you sure?" So a lot of people are wondering more and more about exactly who Rey really is in this story, where she comes from, who her parents really are in Episode 9, and of course exactly how JJ is going to change her lineage and change her identity in Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. So, J.J. Abrams answering all these different questions, it could be a mixture of many things, of him being, coy. He could be playing, with the interviewers and with the correspondents about him hinting at Rey being a Skywalker, especially when asked on, of course, whether or not Ben Solo and Leia are the true last Skywalkers that are currently alive, where J.J. Abrams says, "Are you sure?" Now, that could be absolutely a reference to Rey Skywalker being a thing in this movie, or something crazy to the point where, let's say, for example, Palpatine does indeed come back to life, and he is considered the first Skywalker. It could very well be that they are basing this off of the comics, where Palpatine was the one who initiated the birth of Anakin Skywalker through Shmi Skywalker. So, like I say, we do know that Kathleen Kennedy, J.J. Abrams have constantly said before in the past that the meaning of this title has multiple different meanings, and that it really is going to be quite unexpected. So, in my point of view, Rey Skywalker would be quite, I guess you could say, obvious and pretty much too direct by JJ and Kathleen Kennedy. Do I, as a fan, really believe that Rey is a Skywalker? I'm not quite sure. I don't think that she is. I don't think that they would really do that, because she would be the daughter of Luke Skywalker, and her interactions with Luke in The Last Jedi would really seem a little off at that point in time then. There's still the possibility, though, however, that she could have Skywalker DNA through use of Luke Skywalker's severed hand that fell off of Bespin over at Cloud City. That's a big possibility, since we do know that Palpatine had a testing site over on Jakku, so you can really see the little dots connecting here. However, through J.J. Abrams, answers here to a lot of the questions over these past couple of days, involving, questions related to the last remaining Skywalkers being alive, and if Ben Solo and Leia are the only ones alive, where he says, "Are you sure?" And especially where, he responds to ET separately from that one, where they're asking on whether or not Rey is a Skywalker, and how he admits that the title is provocative, and that he really can't wait for people to go ahead and see this movie. I think that when we look at this film, that this movie really does have a lot of mystery behind it. There's a lot of answers that are left, in this movie that are going to be pretty much a big thing, right? He's going to answer a lot of the burning questions. And this movie is going to be full of answers, and it's going to really change our view on both The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. So like I say, I think that in this particular set of interviews, I think that he's being more around the lines of playing coy or just kind of playing around with the interviewers and the correspondence, but I do see this, and a lot of people also see this, as a hint toward Rey Skywalker in Star Wars Episode 9 in a different way. She may not be the daughter of Luke Skywalker, but there could be more to the story in a very unexpected way. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.